last weekend, as you know, the Saudi Arabia delegation, over 70, 75 of them were coming to Guyana. As the project manager for the Guyanese side, I tried to find rooms and hotels for them. Couldn't find a location with one where all of them could stay together for one, and we would have to split them up in many different hotels. I had to beg Robert Badal from Pegasus to open his facility a little earlier. I know the president is doing the official opening on Wednesday for the Pegasus Hotel, but that's how we were able to accommodate. And the stories go on of the need of hotel rooms that are needed. Somebody said it's just because of the oil industry. As you know, the oil sector is only one new sector of Guyana. We had agriculture, we have tourism, we have manufacturing, we have other areas. So what you're finding happening is the modernization of these known industries, not the oil and gas sector only. So folks are now starting to pay attention to agro-processing. How are we going to build light manufacturing? As the president vision of 50% reduction in electricity, what that will do to Guyana. So outside of oil and gas, and I don't even see the hotel rooms needed as much, is for all these other sectors that are starting to boom. As I sit in my office every day, the need for investment in every sector becomes very, very crucial. So modernization of our known industries is, as we look at the One Guyana, and I want to make just one mention. That, when I wear my One Guyana pin, what it brings to us Guyanese is back a sense of national pride, patriotism, and a sense of duty. And as we get excited about Guyana, we get excited about what the future holds for us. Today is what we are seeing, the necessary ingredients that will make those things happen. Imagine us becoming a conference destination of the future. You know, we are expanding on, I said, in all these other sectors, creating a culture of excellence in our education, hospitality institute, training institute. So the modernization of our nation is happening, the transformation is happening in front of our eyes. This is one more indicator of what Guyana is today and what the future holds for tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Peter Ramsru. I know Minister Honorable Orange Walter had just joined us. We'd like to welcome her. Minister Warren, I'd like to invite you to say a few words, briefly if you like. Thank you.
Good Honorable Your Excellency, Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, President of Guyana, my cabinet colleagues, distinguished head table. It's a pleasure once again being at another sod-turning ceremony like this one. You know, ceremonies like these, I was reflecting, are very important. It may seem, why you come here to just turn some mud, but it really reflects months and months of commitment and hard work on behalf of the investors who have to conceptualize the project, find the land, get financing, build out plans, get permits, and it's lots and lots of work. And this day is a combination of all of that hard work, and for us to really, this is just the it's an indication of the commitment that the investor has made to see this project, a project of this magnitude, come to fruition. And we really want to thank you for the confidence that you've placed in Guyana at this point in time. We know that this is a significant investment, and indeed to say to the rest of the world that what the government has been, and to echo what we have been saying as a government, that Guyana is the place to invest, is the place to be for doing business. You may know also that the tourism sector is a strategic sector for our government, for the country. We believe that it's the tourism in Guyana is particularly poised to be on an upward trajectory, and it is poised to be one of our vision, in fact, is for it to be the premier destination for events, for ecotourism, sports tourism, and all the other niche tourism events. So this move that you've made, we know as an investor, this is a response to the confidence that you have in a government that has a vision for the sector, a vision for Guyana. And once again, we do thank you for that confidence that you have placed in us. And we are looking forward to the many more hotels that are coming on board. As you know, within 1 or 2 months of being in government, we sent out expressions of interest for branded hotels such as these developments, and we've been seeing the response. You know, there were lots of naysayers like, why it's COVID, why do people want to travel, why would you want to put out hotels? Those were the naysayers, and we are seeing that indeed without a vision the people do perish, because we have such a deficit of hotel rooms, and we're seeing right now that this is indeed the strategic sector to invest in. So once again, I thank you. I wish you all the best. Congratulations on the project, and may God continue to bless you, and may you see a speedy end to this project. And we look forward to when we are cutting the ribbons in the not too distant future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to invite the man who is working extremely hard to transform Guyana and to improve the lives of all Guyanese, His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana.
Thank you very much. Please. Members of Cabinet, investors, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Peter, I'm very pleased to be part of this function today, in which we'll be turning the sod for this transformative investment in this area. If you look around this area now, or you take a drive around here, you will see an explosion of construction. And if you have elementary understanding of the direction the government is going in, you just have to multiply that maybe 100 times to get an understanding of what will take place along the East Coast, East Bank corridor and further afield. As simple as this ceremony is, from what I'm told so far, in excess of 600 loads of sand has already been delivered to this site, in site preparation. That is a value of about 210 million Guyana dollars. That is just sand to prepare the site to get to this stage. If you multiply that by the number of drivers, the mechanics who service the trucks, the porters, the sand pits, the excavators that load the sand trucks, the fuel pump that give fuel to the truck to bring it here, then you would understand the multifaceted and integrated way and nature of development itself. It's not just delivering sand on the site. It is the multiply effect that we have to understand, and it's that multiply effect that ignite the economy, create demand. And once demand is created, jobs are created. Once jobs are created, more money is available. More money is available, there's greater need for goods and services. So today, This investment has already started. Work is ongoing. As we speak, I see major excavation work going on. And the intent of the developer is to have the first phase, which is 150 rooms, completed by the end of 2024. That is the first phase of the project. The second phase, I think, is to take it to between 350 and 500 rooms. That is the second phase of the project. If I was to accept all the invitations I had this week, 1/8, for a sod turning ceremony and ribbon cutting ceremony, I would have spent all day doing that. Just that. And this is how development is. It is phases. So we're in a phase now of groundbreaking. 2-3 years, we'll be in the phase of launching and seeing the final product. Similarly with a road. And when you want to understand the thinking behind the infrastructure network we are building, when you understand these little pieces of the puzzle, then you will have a full appreciation for the development plans and agenda the government is embarking on. As I speak to you now, the Aden Hotel is under construction, and that is 150 rooms. The Airport Marriott is under construction. That is in Timeri. That is 150 rooms. The new sleep-in on Brick Dam is under construction. That's 195 rooms. Pegasus, the new Pegasus will be launched soon. That's 100 new rooms. Later this week, we'll turn this out for the AC Marriott Hotel in Ogle, another 150 rooms. We'll also turn this out for the Four Point Sheraton Hotel. That's more than 150 rooms. And here today, we're turning this out for Blue Ridge Investment for the first phase of 150 rooms. This is private investment. Just imagine the type of demand this will create in our economy in the next 2 to 3 years. I'm not even going into government infrastructure. Let us stick to just what we are doing this week and understand the scale, the magnitude, the demand on labor, the demand on machinery, the demand on maintenance, personnel like mechanics, the demand for fuel, and for the government, the demand for greater infrastructure. Because all these projects can be delayed if you have to spend 3 and 4 hours in a line waiting to just get sand to come to the site. One of the fortunate things that I've seen over the last few months is a new push by the local contracting community to do a lot of work in the night. I drive around to different areas in the night to see what is happening, and I'm happy to say that cultural shift of working in the night has begun to take root in the country, and I'm sure it will bear tremendous fruit. Now, with all these hotels, the country must be able to build an infrastructure to support the hotels. Not only from a corporate perspective, that is executives coming in, but from a broad mechanism, a broad platform that will support these investments. From the human resource perspective, we're already training, we have started, and our aim is to train 6,000 Guyanese in the hospitality industry. So by the time these hotels are ready to open their doors, 2 to 3 years down the road, we'll have 6,000 persons ready to take up these jobs. We're also going to invest heavily in tourism, and I'll come back to that in a little while. Manufacturing, with a reduced cost of energy, manufacturing is going to boom in this country. Whether it's agro-processing, packaging, value added to raw materials are all things that create demand. And a big part of the demand that they create is demand for rooms and accommodation. The industrial development and expansion that will take place in the country. We will see more consultants, more foreigners, more business associates, more international investors coming in. And all of this requires room. Financial services. We are also working on creating the right policy framework and legislative framework to make Guyana a destination of choice for financial services. All of these things are done not by guess. You will see us going to Parliament now, and some people might say, oh, why are you changing the laws? But the first thing we have to do is to create the foundation. We have to have the legal framework, the institutional framework to support this transformation. But because this type of transformation is not physical, you can't see a building out of it. Sometimes we don't appreciate the value and the work that goes behind this type of transformation. Creating the legislative framework, major work go behind that. But it's not physical. You won't see it in a 10-star building, but you will see it because it supports the building out of the new economy. You will feel it. You will feel the effect of it in a more efficient system. So there are a few things also that I want to touch on. I have to speak at a lot of South Turning this week. So I just want to touch on a few things here today that the government is committed to doing in its framework for development to support these type of investment. We are actively pursuing investors to develop in Guyana a world-class, one-of-a-kind eco-resort. We are actively pursuing this. But this eco-resort will be linked to the sun, sand, and sea. That is why we are building strong partnership with Barbados. Because if you have a family of 10, 7 might want to go to an eco-resort, but 3 might want to go on the beach. We have to be able to have a product that delivers to a wide section of the market. And that is what we're working on. So we are out aggressively looking for a world-class investor in for an eco-resort. We have a few interests. The Minister of Tourism is working actively on that. Secondly, we want to launch Guyana as a powerhouse and to promote Guyana as a premier destination for wellness centers. One of the largest growing sectors in the world is what we refer to as wellness centers. People go to Thailand on 1-week weight loss programs. They go on programs to go in a natural environment, detoxification program. This is what you call wellness tourism, a new area that is emerging, that we have the natural capability to build a great sector out of it. So that's the second area that the Ministry of Tourism is working on. We want to create Guyana as a health and educational hub for the region. That is why we're working with Mount Sinai. We're investing in a world-class children and maternal hospital. We are working with the best to make Guyana a health and education hub, because more people coming in requires more services. When there's greater demand for services, then facilities like these get a direct support mechanism. We are now crystallizing the idea of a one-of-a-kind rainforest safari development. You know, all over the world, you go to the US, they have Disney World. You go to, I think, Singapore, they have the night safari. You go to the Middle East, they have the day safari. What we want to create, we already have some of the giants of the world here. We want to look at 500 acres of land in this natural environment along the Linden-Soos-Dyke Highway, and to create a one-of-a-kind rainforest safari. It will be the first in this region, and that will create demand by itself. I'm saying this to you to let you understand this is no guesswork. This is strategic thinking and strategic planning, all outside of the realm of oil and gas. It is all about positioning Guyana into new transformative areas. As I speak to you now, there are many global multinational companies who are looking and examining our system, our legal system, our institutional system, to make Guyana their corporate headquarters for this region. These are the things that excite us every day. It is not only the building of the roads and the health centers and the schools and these things that are symbol of development. It is the hard work that goes on behind the scene to create this environment that will project Guyana along a path that brings the prosperity that we're talking about. One other product that we have already embarked on, you know, we said we will bring the CPL finals. We have brought it, but we have added for the first time developing a new product called the Cricket Carnival. Already we are out of rooms. One of the major challenges we have is rooms and seats to come in for this event. But this is just the beginning. We are working on an initiative. If we succeed, it will be mind-blowing in terms of sports tourism and what it can bring to this country. And these are the things that will bring in the demand. It will expand the demand. So sports tourism is also a component of the tourism package that we are pursuing actively and aggressively. So my dear friends, tomorrow I think I will speak again along the East Coast Corridor, and I will take you on a journey to outline the changing landscape that you will see. We are at a very important time in the development of our country. What is required is focus, commitment, dedication, and a full-scale national patriotic thinking. The government cannot do this alone. We need all the stakeholders to brace forward with us as we advance the cause of Guyana. I thank you and God bless you. And before I go, let me wish the project team well. I hope the project is completed, not only within budget and within time, but in an environment that remains safe, because safety is important. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. On this historic day, as we prepare to turn the sod, allow me to thank the officials of Pasha Global and Blue Bridge Inc., the honorable ministers who took the time to share in this moment, the team from Impressions, and all those who worked to make this event possible. Thank you all for attending. I would now like to invite the dignitaries from the head table to the salt turning ceremony.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes. I'm going. Video guys.
So the entire design, what I'm explaining it here. Here we are having a two building divided into two kind of a phases. First phase is a complete public area. Another tower floor is complete your guest room. So the ground floor, first floor, second floor, it's having a complete public area facilities like your restaurants, bars, community centers, ballrooms, spas, swimming pool, and different kind of international facility, but with the volumes of minimum 500 to 1000 people sitting and enjoying at one time. So this entire floor plate of a ground floor is around 50 to 55,000 of square feet. You put all together, it's around something like that, 0.25 million square feet is only public area. The rest of the rooms, what we are having it here, there are combinations of 5 types of specialties, like single room, deluxe room. The number of a room for first phase is 150 keys, and then balance is going to upgrade up to 375 keys. So it's also, yeah. So overall, if you talk about the facade design, okay, it has taken it from the local infrastructures with respect to the debt infrastructures, the church infrastructures, the voting infrastructures. By that way, all these product what has been used or the material has been used is attached with the local environmental, that is creating a local wood what available here. So there is no impact in terms of using some other brand materials like in a glass, ECD kind of stuff, which create a lot of hazards to the future in terms of environmental impact. So all this facade has been designed considering it with the local facade materials like that. It's also having, if you talk about the entire buildings, so it's only occupying 0.35% of a ground coverage. So maximum area we had been left it for the landscape or the green areas. So that is one of the plus point of this building. As usual, we are, as I said in my earlier speech, it's having an in-house covered car park facility of around 450 to 600 cars. This is one of the best features of this facility. As long as a mixed-use building, definitely it's having a different zones with respect to the VIP movement. So we are having air taxi facility, what we generally call as a helipad. We are having a dedicated elevators for vertical movement of VIPs and the public areas. All these facilities have been integrated to make this one as a 5-star long-run infrastructures into the hospitality sectors. Thank you. Thank you very much.
We have refreshments, juices, coconut water right to your right side, right there, and feel free to say chat and eat as much as you want.
Our fine diameter is around 700 items. We don't have that kind of literature. So where is the fine? So where do you go to the casting place? End of this year around 50% of the ground floor. Finally, we will do great by there was a pilot of college money company. It's all about 50. How many floors? 13 floors. 11 floors is 2 floors is 40. 13 floors is a corporate floor. Oh, yes. Yeah. It's very high floor. The 4th floor we are having 6 meters high. All top floors are having 4 meters. And we are getting see very clearly how some floor. Wanna move this? Plug in pan very high.